Okay, we're going to look at order of operations. Order of operations is really important because if we don't have kind of some rules of the road, we don't always get the same answer. So we have just established some rules of the road that we use. The main rules of the road are that anything that is a parenthesis we do first, or any operation inside of a parenthesis we do first. So if you look at this 2 plus 7, that's inside parentheses, we would do that first in this problem. Here we have actually a couple operations inside the parentheses. We would do this parenthesis first, but then inside that parenthesis we'd have to follow the order of operations, which we'll talk about in a minute. One of the things that acts like a parenthesis is actually a fraction bar. If you see an operation up above or down below a fraction bar, then that basically acts like a parenthesis and says you need to do that the top or the bottom first before we do our division. So this fraction bar is actually like a parenthesis, and so when we see that, we need to realize that we need to do what's on top first, then do what's on the bottom, and then finally do the division. Okay, the second order of operations is as you're going through doing any multiplication or division as you read it from left to right. So here there's only one multiplication problem, so I do it first. Here there's actually a multiplication problem here that we would do before we did any addition. Here there's a multiplication. Here there is a division, so we do it before, and then going over here there's going to be a multiplication also. So we do it from left to right as we read. So multiplication and division, because they're related, they're those inverse operations. We do them at the same time, but we do them as we read it left to right. Same thing with addition and subtraction. They are done at the same time because they are inverse operations, and again we do it from left to right. So whenever we have addition and then subtraction, we do it, so like here I would actually subtract first and then add, and so we want to make sure that we do it as we read it because those two operations are done at the same time because they are related to one another. Okay, let's look at these. My first suggestion for doing these problems is write down each step because you will get them incorrect if you try to skip steps. I've seen this many times, so learn from my experience. Just go ahead and write down everything that you're going to do. So I identify what I'm going to do first. Because this has no parentheses, the first thing I'm going to do in this problem is this multiplication that I have here. So I'm just going to write 2 plus, and I'm going to go ahead and do this multiplication. 3 times 8 is 24. So where that operation is, I write down the answer, and then I just leave everything else the same. Okay? Next, because what's left is addition and subtraction, I'm going to do it from left to right, so as I read it. So 2 plus 24 is going to be done first. That's 26. And then we'll subtract the 6 and add the 3. Again, all I did was that one little problem there. Again, I have addition and subtraction. We're going to go from left to right. So I'm going to do this one, 26 minus 6, which is 20, plus 3. Okay, all I have is one little addition left, so I'm going to do that, and that's 23. So that's our answer. And using that step-by-step process and by underlining what you're going to do helps you to see that you're getting the correct answer as you go through. Okay, going on to this one. We have parentheses, so I am going to do that parenthesis first. So I'm going to have 4 plus 3, and my answer inside the parenthesis is 9. Okay, remember that this is just another way of writing multiplication, 3 times the parenthesis of 9. And so again, I'm going to do multiplication before I do addition. So I'm going to do this multiplication. So I get 4 plus 3 times 9 is 27. So then I have one thing left, which is 4 times 27, which gives me 31. Again, I underlined each operation that I was going to do as I took each step. Okay, here we're looking at what we have is I see I have a fraction bar, so it acts as a parenthesis, so I want to do on top of the fraction bar first. Now, since there's two different problems here, basically two things, I can also do on top of this fraction bar at the same time. So I'm going to do both of those operations right now. I'm going to do this one on this fraction bar and this one on this fraction bar. And so what I end up with is 3 times 8, which is 24 over 12 minus, this is 6 plus 4, which is 10 over 5, and then my order of operations says I do division before I do subtraction. So I'm going to actually do this division and this division at the same time. I could do it step by step, but I'm going to do these at the same time. 24 divided by 12 is 2, minus 10 divided by 5 is 2. I have one simple thing left, and that gives me an answer of 0. Okay, this one's a little more complicated. It's got quite a few more steps to it. On this one, I have a set of parentheses. In the set of parentheses, I have both an addition and a multiplication. Multiplication gets done first, so that means I'm going to do that part first. So I'm going to have 28 plus 6 divided by 2 minus 2 times 5 plus the answer to 3 times 2, which is 6. Okay, next I do the next thing inside that parenthesis because I'm still inside the parentheses and it goes first. So I'm going to do that addition. So I get 28 plus 6 divided by 2 minus 2 times 11. And again, this is a time sign because that is a, whenever I have a parenthesis next to a number, that's another way of writing times. But I notice I have a division and a multiplication. This one comes first in the left to right, so I'm going to do it first. So I get 28 plus 6 divided by 2, which is 3, minus 2 times 11. Okay, at this point I have a plus or an addition, a subtraction, and a multiplication. So I want to do my multiplication first. So I get 28 plus 3 minus 22. And now I have addition and subtraction, so we're going left to right. So 28 plus 3 is 31 minus 22. And so I have one step left, which is this, and that is equal to 9. So again, I'm going to encourage you to take one step at a time, underline what you're going to do by looking at it and asking yourself, is it a parenthesis there? Where's the multiplication? Where's the division? Follow those orders of operations. Okay, next.